Following the death of the Serpent King Orochi, the chaos that plagued the land seemed to have subsided. However, this newfound peace was not destined to last for long. The remnants of Orochi's army refused to admit defeat, and the forces of Lu Bu, Dong Zhuo, and Masamune Date also refused to surrender. Cao Cao of Wei moved to raise troops as well. These various opposing forces raged like a violent tornado, once again bringing chaos to the land. This storm threatened to engulf Liu Bei and the Shu kingdom, which had been living its days in peace. After a hard battle, Liu Bei and his forces managed to defeat the combined forces of Da Ji and Dong Zhuo, but were unable to capture Da Ji herself. However, Liu Bei did manage to welcome the tactical and military genius of Tai Gong Wang to his ranks. As a mystic, however, Tai Gong Wang doubted the abilities of mere mortals and saw Liu Bei and the others merely as pawns in his goal of capturing Da Ji. Meanwhile, Da Ji was working on a plan of her own, secretly plotting behind the scenes. At the request of Liu Bei, Ieyasu Tokugawa defeated the Date army, but failed in his attempt to capture Masamune. In addition, Da Ji, rumored to have been traveling with Masamune, was nowhere to be found. Everything was playing out according to Da Ji's plan. Da Ji used the battle between Masamune and the Shu army to buy herself valuable time to further her mysterious plan. The Shu army found itself at a major disadvantage due to Da Ji's deception. To make matters worse, they soon found themselves being stalked by one of the deadliest figures known to man. Having received reinforcements from Lu Xun of Wu, the Shu army defeated Lu Bu. Following the battle, they learned from Lu Xun of the demonic Kiyomori Taira, who was leaving a path of destruction in his wake. Now they faced threats posed by Lu Bu, whose only interest lay in being the most powerful of men, Masamune, who saw himself as the rightful heir to the world with Orochi gone, and Da Ji, who continued to operate in the shadows. And now, a new threat arose to replace Orochi, Kiyomori. The causes of this newfound chaos were gradually becoming clear. Sensing the immediate danger posed by Kiyomori, Liu Bei ordered Xing Cai and Ina to gather information on his army. As these two brave warriors carried out their mission, they came across an old friend who had been taken prisoner by a mysterious warrior they had never seen before. The Shu army defeated the mystical Sun Wukong, rescuing Mitsuhide and his daughter. According to Mitsuhide, Wukong was an underling of Kiyomori. The demonic grasp of Kiyomori had begun to spread across the land. However, Tai Gong Wang simply smiled in the face of this threat. Having seen Liu Bei and his men face and overcome countless obstacles, Tai Gong Wang was beginning to believe in man's potential. Meanwhile, a colossal shadow silently approached the Shu camp, hoping to see the limits of man's potential for himself, albeit for entirely different reasons. Led by Guan Yu, the Shu army received assistance from Wei's Zhang Liao and defeated the Kiyomori army. Following the battle, Zhang Liao agreed to remain with the Shu forces. Having added Lu Xun and Zhang Liao to its ranks, the Shu army had assembled some of the mightiest warriors the three kingdoms had to offer in one united army. Meanwhile, the Kiyomori army was bolstering its own ranks with the addition of the boastful Wukong and the tyrannical Dong Zhuo. With both sides increasing in strength, a showdown between them was inevitable. Amidst this escalating tension, information was received that Da Ji was hiding in Odani Castle. Leading his army, Tai Gong Wang marched on Odani Castle. In his heart, he knew that cooperation with mortals would be necessary to bring his plan to fruition. With reinforcements from Zhuge Liang, Tai Gong Wang captured both Da Ji and Himiko. However, while the prisoners were being transported back to the camp, a surprise attack from Kiyomori led to their escape. Kiyomori, with Da Ji and Himiko at his side, and with his forces riding a wave of momentum, headed for Orochi's resting place of Koshi Castle. Kiyomori was looking to put the final touches to the same plot that Daji had been planning all along, one so insidious that it would strike fear in the hearts of all who heard it. The Serpent King had returned. Although Liu Bei and his men defeated Kiyomori and Wukong at Koshi Castle, they were too late to prevent Himiko from reviving the fallen Orochi. Liu Bei gathered together his forces and hurried towards the Wuhang plains. There, Orochi, along with Daji and Masamune Date, lay in wait, coiled and ready to strike at the approaching Shu army. The final chapter began to unfold as man, demon, and mystic all prepared to participate in one last battle.